The new primary care centre was opened this morning by the outgoing Minister for Health, Neil Costa. It comprises 3 floors, including the ground floor, and includes the addition of a minor operations area in the dermatology clinic. According to Acting Medical Director Dr. Krish Rawal, the centre is designed to maximise space and help direct patients to the services they need.
The idea is that those services that perhaps you would access perhaps more readily, the administrative services like registration, for example, or the services that you want to access nice and quick, like the see and treat service, for example, or the evening clinic, or to go and collect your sick note that you've requested over the telephone, are here on this floor. So you're in and out nice and quick. And then, of course, the other floors are slightly quieter. You're obviously here to spend a little bit more time in primary care, and at the top floor, of course, we've got these very, very specialised clinics which need to be discreet. The counselling services and our allied mental health professionals are up there. The well person clinic, of course, is up there.
We had a huge need for extra space, which this provides, but of course this space cannot be taken in isolation, because although we have additional clinical space, there is also the Children's Health Centre, which also provides a lot of further space. So in total, the space provided for primary care services in Gibraltar has very much increased.
The new PCC is right beside the hospital, with the idea being to facilitate cooperation and access between the health services.
I think even just developing stronger colleague relationships, working relationships, friendships with our colleagues is going to change the face of healthcare here and make things much better. In terms of being overwhelmed, I think that's a question I can't strictly answer, because I honestly don't know. I genuinely think that this will improve healthcare enormously, and we talked a lot about flow of the patients. We can even have our teams to the point where they're just wayfinding and directing. So perhaps patients will come in here because they're unsure where to go in the hospital, and we can help them with that, for example.
According to Mr. Costa, there will be a car park beside Bishop Ghania House, specifically for patients of the PCC and the Children's Health Centre. The Minister says the government is finalising friendly discussions with the owners of the ICC to end its lease on the old PCC. He says the government drove a hard bargain over the rental arrangements for the new centre.
We are fully satisfied, as I explained in Parliament, that we drove an excellent bargain for the taxpayer of Gibraltar. We didn't have to pay a penny for the building of the PCC, we didn't have to pay a penny for the Children's Health Centre, and now we pay rent for these magnificent infrastructural projects that you see here today.
And finally, this is a project that's been in the works for some time, but it has been announced, has been opened 3 days before a general election with a number of ministers in attendance, 9 to be sure. Is there anything political to this timing?
There is no political gimmick to it. In fact, I announced before the dissolution of Parliament that the Children's Health Centre would be opened during the course of this month, so it really has been timing. Believe you me, I wish this had been open at the same time the Children's Health Centre, but if wishing only made it so, we opened as soon as we could.
Registration services will be available at the new PCC as from tomorrow, with the transfer of GPs and clinics to be phased in over the next month and a half to minimise disruption. Details will be made available at the old PCC to let you know when you'll need to head to the new one.